Good evening, you guys, and welcome to Late Nights with Moet. It has been a while. I haven't been in the right headspace, so every time I wanted to record, I just didn't allow myself to. And I had to have a conversation with myself, and I had to figure out why do I constantly allow the things in my life that are controllable and the things in my life that are uncontrollable to affect my emotions. And I started to think about letting go. And I was trying to figure out exactly what to talk about. And I said, you know what? How about learning to let go? Because I'm still within that process. I'm still going through that process of discovering me, of learning to love me and who I am and who I see myself being. And to be honest, sometimes I don't even know who I see myself being. And I realize that a lot of the times I can't move forward because I haven't learned to truly let go of things that hurt me. Whether those things are people from past experiences, people from current, or just things that I've done to myself, learning how to let go of this weight, this literal weight. Wanting to drop pounds and allowing food to be my kryptonite, learning to let go of toxic relationships, whether those relationships are between, friends and family, or even co-workers and associates. We always tend to direct the word relationships, or relationship rather, to people that we are close to, when in actuality we have relationships with all people. Now, whether those relationships are long term by blood or by bond, or just by knowing from each other, from working with each other, or knowing each other because I go into your store every day and we end up having conversation every time we see each other. That's a form of a relationship. But learning to let go of the things I haven't allowed myself to complete. Learning to let go of that guilt, of not graduating college, going to so many schools and never getting my degree. Learning to let go of the trauma that I've experienced as a child, whether that trauma was physical or emotional, whether it was from being bullied by, just random girls on the block, or by people that were close to you. I am traveling through this journey. It feels like I'm alone, but we choose not to accept the fact that there are actually people on the journey with us. So we tend to block those people out, and we tend to stay to ourselves. I'm learning to become more receptive to emotion, which is funny because people will tell you that I'm an emotional being. I am very emotional. I can be there for you in a heartbeat, but when you're there for me, it's awkward for me. When you're trying to console me, it feels awkward. It feels like it's out of place. It feels like you're trying to fit into my puzzle, but the piece just won't work. And I'm learning to be more open to the emotion, learning to let go of the doubt, or rather the fear that accepting someone's energy in that sense may damage me or cause me harm, when in actuality, some people, they truly just want to help. And my brain has been all over the place, and I've been trying to figure out what it is that I want. It's like I'm 31 and I'm still trying to find myself, and it's frustrating because you try not to compare your situation to others. You see, and I love when I see other people accomplishing their goals, but it's like, why do I keep allowing myself to stay stagnant? Why can't I learn to love the girl that's in the mirror and forgive her for her past? Forgive her for the decisions she's made. I'm trying to remember that the decisions I make now are affecting my future self. But when you're in the moment, you don't think about the future. All you think about is what you did in the past to get to this moment. And that is when you get stuck. And that is when we become stagnant. And we have to remember that our past, it doesn't define who we are. It's just help mold us into who we're supposed to become. And, some of us have a past that's dark. And some of us, have a past that some things, it was, it is what it is. But we all have that. And I don't think that I truly forgave my past self. And I'm trying to, but it's hard when I carry over some of those same habits into my now. And I still struggle with those same habits within my now. So it's like, how can I expect to even be better for future Shanice if the now Shanice keeps becoming tangled with the past Shanice, and they're at a war with each other? And the more the now Shanice tries to let go of the past Shanice, it's like the past Shanice doesn't want to let go of the now Shanice. And I struggle with it every day. Sometimes I find myself in a daze, and I just get really emotional, and it's like I'll get emotional, then all of a sudden it's like this person inside me, it's like it becomes that whole blame. Well, you should have never done this. And then I have this other person where it's like, you're going to get better. You're going to get through this. So it's like, who do I listen to, when I'm at war within myself? I say this to say, we're all struggling with something. And I know that I'm not the only one who struggles with finding self, or forgiving self, or letting go of my past steps, so to speak. Our growth takes time, and we have to remember that just because someone else is blooming right now doesn't mean that we're not going to. We all have our own time, so to speak. We all have our own pace. We can't try to become like the next person or move at the pace of the next person, because their story is different from ours. Their struggles are different from ours. Their triumphs are different from ours. Their thoughts, their love, their passions, their weaknesses, their strengths, they're all different from ours. So when we try to bloom like the next person, we're always going to fall short because our bloom is different. No butterfly has the same design. And it's just like us. People may do things in similar ways, but we're not built the same. We don't think the same. We don't act the same. We have similar traits, but we're all very different. I want you to know that if you're out there and you think you're alone, and you think that you're the only one in the world struggling with that war within yourself, struggling to let go of toxic relationships, let go of that toxic thought pattern, let go of that weight that you keep saying you're going to go to the gym, and let it go and get rid of it. Letting go of habits. You're not, because I struggle along with you. I struggle every day to become a better version of myself. I love food. I love carbs. I love men. I love me. I love life. I love my children. I love relationships. I just love. And sometimes what I love is not always good for me. And we're going to get through this, We're going to become better. We're going to be stronger. And we have to remember that although it feels like we're by ourselves, we're not. We're on a journey. And it may not be the same journey as the next person, but we're all still on this journey to discovering our greatness, to discovering who we can be. So it'll take time, and it'll take persistence, and it'll take a lot of patience, but begin to let go of whatever's weighing you down. Begin to let go of whatever's making you doubt, whatever's making you cry at night, whatever's making your emotions flip, whatever's making you stagnant. You are worth more than many sparrows. And although it seems hard to believe sometimes, we are. Every new day of life that we gain is just a new beginning for us. And yeah, we're going to always make mistakes, and we're always going to stumble. But that does not mean that we cannot become the best version of ourselves. I always tell myself, I bend, I don't break. So we may get into situations where we just are bending, but never are we going to break. We may get to this point emotionally where we just feel like the world has fallen on us, but we don't let it break us. No matter what you're going through, no matter what situation you're stuck in right now, learn to just let it go. It's easier said than done, I know. But the more you look in the mirror at that beautiful or handsome individual, remember that you're worth it. You're worth so much more. Well, I appreciate you guys. And I hope you have a blessed night. And this is Late Nights with Moet.